Okay. Can someone tell me why there is a need of a prototype model? Anusha or Varun, either of you can tell me the reason why there is a
So,
need of
yeah,
a prototype
overcome
model.
that problem like rejecting the application in future.
Okay.
So,
Explain with an example, please.
like the customers giving the requirement to any service-based company. So they're giving the product to the developed and after giving to the customer. Suppose if they rejected the application, so then we are going for prototype model.
Okay. Okay, fine. Let me open the diagram that we wrote yesterday, and from there we can start this. Please remind me, this is what we discussed yesterday about the prototype model. Just read it once. First, we do the requirement collection, and then we do the feasibility study. And then we do the design and development of the prototype. Then we do the prototype testing. And then we ask for the customer review. And then we do the actual design, which consists of the high-level design and the low-level design. And then we code, then we test, then release, and then maintain. Yesterday, we also discussed that what exactly is the meaning of design and the development of the prototype. I hope you all remember, yesterday I gave you an example that design and the development of the prototype can also be done using cardboard or using the help of HTML code, or can also be done with the help of a pen and paper, or can be done with the help of the PPT, PowerPoint presentation, right? So guys, why we do the design and development of the prototype? So that we can do the prototype testing and later ask for the customer review. What is prototype testing? Guys, prototype is type of a testing that will be done by the tester to make sure that whatever the requirement customer have asked, whether it is really present in the dummy model or not, right? So whatever my customer is asking, whether it is really present in the dummy model or the prototype model or not, is called as prototype testing. Who will do the prototype testing? Testers will only do the prototype testing, in which their job will be to make sure that whatever the requirement has come, it is present in the dummy model or prototype model or not, right? Once after prototype testing is done, then we will finally do the customer review. Guys, are you guys understanding the meaning of a customer review means what? Customer will be reviewing the dummy model if it is as per the expectation or not. Guys, you all are able to hear me? Just asking.
Yes, Manish.
It's audible.
Yes. Okay, okay. Today is my first class in my life where I'm sharing the PPT. I have never shared the PPT before, right? So I just thought to ask you. Anyways, so um, so we do the customer review. We take the review from the customer to check whether he has accepted it or rejected it. If customer will accept it, then we start with our real design. If customer will reject it or customer have given any review comments, if customer have given any kind of review comments, then we will again do the design and development of the prototype, and then we will do the prototype testing. Then we again do the customer review, and once customer accept it, then only we send it to the actual design, which consists of the HLD and NLD. And after that, we do the coding, testing, the release, and the maintenance. When I was working in one of my airline organization, I remember that design and development of the prototype was done by one of my lead software developer. When I was working in the airline company, I remember that the lead software developer was making the design and development of the prototype model. And I still remember he was making it with the help of the PPT, PowerPoint presentation. When I was working in the set-top box organization, set-top box, yesterday I said you that my first company was making set-top boxes. When I was working in the set-top box, I remember that my architect was making the dummy model, which is called as the design and development of the prototype. There is no fixed answer to this question that who do the design and development of the prototype model. Some company even have the content developers with them who are meant to do this design and development of the prototype model. Their designation will be called as, sorry, not context, but content developer, right? And so they can also do the design and development of the prototype model and so on, right? So the best idea and the best advantage of doing the prototype testing so that we can save our time and so that we can overcome the drawback that we can have if we don't take the customer review, right? Guys, one of the biggest reason why I am following the prototype model here has a lot of reason why I'm doing the prototype model here. Why I'm developing my application with the help of the prototype model has a lot of reasons, right? This reason someone can ask you in the interview that why someone will follow the prototype model, right? Let's discuss this. Watch out. Why someone will pick dummy model? This is very famously asked interview question. Guys, one of the top reason why somebody will pick the dummy model is because they understand that customer is new to the market, right? So when customer is new to market, are you guys getting the meaning of the line which I have written? New to market means what?
It's a startup company.
No, when customer is new to the market means what?
Okay.
Oh, you mean customer is new to the IT company, is it?
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. When customer is new to IT company, yeah, in this business, that's absolutely correct. Yeah. The second point is when IT company, the company who is developing the project, is new to the IT market, is new to market. The third reason why somebody will follow the dummy model or the prototype model is because the IT company, the company who have to develop the application, is new to domain. Are you all getting the meaning of domain? See, guys, in this IT field, right, there are so many domains. Like, I'm pretty sure, let me show you something if I can. So I'm going to the Play Store now and top charts categories. Okay. If you go to the Play Store or iOS Store, if you search the application, it will show you one option called as, don't do it, just listen to me because it's not so important. If you go in your iOS Store or Play Store, you can see the list of apps like this, right? There we have an option called as categories of various application. So it is telling me that, hey, what type of application do you want to download? Do you want to download some beauty application, some books application, some business application, comics application, communication application, dating application, education application, entertainment application, finance application? Are you guys getting the point? In this field, we have so many types of domain we have, right? When I was working in the field of set-top boxes, I was in the telecommunication field. Are you guys getting the point? It was telecom industry, right? When I joined airline, I was working for airline industry. When I was working for my last organization, I was working for automobile industry. Currently, I'm working in education industry. There are some other industry as well, like gaming industry. There are other industry as well, like finance industry, finance, right? In finance, we have so many things. And the other industry we also have called as healthcare, right? And e-commerce, you might have heard about e-commerce, right? So there are so many industry, right? Let's say the IT company who is keep on developing the application is only developing the application in a particular field. But now they have got a new customer from a new domain, right? So that's why the IT company, since it is new to the domain, they will go for the dummy model or prototype model. The fourth reason why somebody wants to pick the dummy model is because customer is not giving the whole requirement. Customer is not ready or is not giving the whole requirement. Why you think customer will not give the whole requirement? Tell me. Because, tell me.
Even they are yet to do brainstorming over it.
Yeah, because they only do not know what they want. Because they do not know what they want exactly. These are few reasons why somebody wants to pick the dummy model. I'm repeating everything again. When customer is new to the market, the IT company will go for the dummy model. When IT company itself is new to the market, they will go for the dummy model. When IT company is new to the domain, like they have never developed any e-commerce application, it is first time in their lifetime. So they will go for the dummy model. And when customer is not ready to give the whole requirement, probably because they are not sure what exactly they need. I mean, they know what they need on a high level, but they do not know what exactly they need at a low level, right? So these are the few of the reasons why somebody wants to pick the dummy model or prototype model, right? Guys, is it very clear now?
Yes.
Yes.
Can I say?
Manish, can I ask you something?
Yeah, tell me.
So, if it is in a huge capital involved in it, like a big defense project or something, can I take that? Is it suitable as a dummy model before they implement or spend on a huge capital for some sort of heavy projects?
Exactly. That's one of the reasons why they want to why they want to check on the dummy first. Because if they take up the project, I don't want my customer to reject tomorrow because if I'm developing my application, I have involved my developers' time, architects' time, testers' time, product managers' time, or Scrum Master time. So this is one of the biggest reasons why I want to do it so that I can actually save my time before I actually work on the real design called as high level design and the low level design. Yes, absolutely. Yes. Let's talk about the advantages and disadvantages of dummy model. So what are the advantages of prototype model? Any guesses?
Errors can be detected in early stage since customer is reviewing it.
What can be, tell me again?
Errors
Errors.
errors can be reduced.
Mm,
Or we can say like since customer is verifying, so mistake of developing any wrong implementation is not there.
chances of rejecting application will become very minimal if
Yes.
customer is reviewing the documents first. That's true. That's true. Yeah. So guys, the best advantage of prototype model is chances of rejection will become very minimal. Second advantage of prototype model is customer will have an idea now how the application may look like tomorrow, right? So before developing an application, customer will have the whole idea that, okay, this is what my application will be because he will at least have the dummy model. See, guys, just because it's a dummy model or prototype model, uh, just because it's a dummy model or a prototype model, what do you guys think? Requirement changes will become easier or difficult?
Easier. It is allowed to.
Yeah, guys, just because I'm playing with dummy models, right? Requirement changes becomes very easier for us. Right? These are the various advantages that we have in the prototype model. And let's not forget the disadvantages. Disadvantages are not more, but yeah, let's discuss. Disadvantage of prototype is it's a time consuming job. And when time is more, what is more?
Cost.
Money is more. Money involvement is more. When time consumption is more, money involvement is more. Why money involvement is more? Is because, as you know, you'll be first reviewing the documents from the customer. There are chances that customer may give some review comments, and you go fix it first in the dummy model. And after that, you again take the approval from the customer. And that is why this keep on making changes. First documentation, then high level design, low level design, right? It's almost like a double work you're doing, right? If not double, at least 1.5 times of the work, right? And you know the time is always money. So when time taken is more, money consumption is going to be more, right? So that's about your prototype model. Getting idea, guys? All of you? Okay. See, guys, we also have one more model called as agile model. Agile model is not a time to discuss today. It's not that easier that I can teach you today only in your probably in your 7th class or 6th class. To understand the agile model, you need to know some types of testing, which I'll be discussing it very soon, right? Let's talk about the other two models that we have. I have never discussed this in other batches, in last 10 or 15 batches, because that's not important. But just because I have said you at the beginning that we do have other two types of models called as hybrid model or derived model, I'll just give you the understanding. Going deeper into this is of no use. So let's not waste time. Okay. So we have other two type of SDLC model too, which is called as hybrid model. Guys, can you tell me what is the English meaning of hybrid?
Combinations.
Combining, right? Okay. Let me give you one example. Okay. So nowadays, I hope you would have seen it if you go to buy vegetables, probably, I'm not sure. I mean, I buy vegetables my own, right? So I see a lot of colors, varieties of vegetables these days. Those varieties of vegetables which I had not seen in my childhood. Are you guys getting my point? Also, because before I never went to buy, that can be one of the reason. But these days I can see varieties of colors of vegetables which I had not seen before. Like, uh, I, I don't want to name it now, but yeah. Why varieties of colors of same the tomato which you are able to see from childhood, the red, why you are able to see some different color? Probably because it is hybrid now, right? Hybrid, you know, they're combining something and making something new now, right? So guys, hybrid model means I'm combining two models together for my betterment, right? Remember yesterday I said you that when I was working in my first organization, which was developing the setup box, I have said you that there I was doing the VNP model. I also hope you guys remember I said you that the moment I joined their organization, company was migrating the setup box from the bigger size setup box to the smaller size setup box. And I also told you when they were doing the migration activity of replacing the bigger setup box into smaller size setup boxes, they were doing the dummy model and they were all doing it with the help of the hard cardboard. You guys remember that? That means they were actually working on the hybrid model, right? Hybrid model means combining two models and doing the best what suits them the best, right? See, guys, as long as I'm developing my application or as long as you are developing your application, you are the best person to decide which model do you want, right? And as you guys know that choosing what model to choose totally depends on my requirement, right? That means I have whole freedom to do any kind of modification if required to my SDLC model, right? So as I have said you in my last class that when I was working in that particular company, they were also working on the VNV model, but together with the prototype model, right? First, they used to take the approval whether this fine, should we go ahead with this size, right? And in case yes, then they used to follow the VNV model. Guys, when you combine two models minimum or more than two models, that becomes the hybrid model. Is it clear, guys? Easy. No need to go in detail. This is absolutely fine knowledge. The other model that we have is called as derived model. What is the meaning of derived? Derived means you make changes to the particular model based on your need. That's what the meaning, right? Derived. You are making changes to the model based on your needs, right? So I'll just give you one example. When I was working on my airline organization, they were completely following on agile, but sometimes they were also telling that requirement change, we will not take it at all, right? Derived means what? Derived means whatever the model that I have, whatever the model that I'm going to choose, I'm deriving it for the betterment of my project. What I need, I can make changes based on my need, right? It's written in the waterfall model that requirement changes are not allowed, but I will allow the requirement change. Though I'm working on the waterfall, I will allow the requirement change. I'm deriving my own SDLC in the better way so that it suits me the best. It suits for my customer the best, right? Such kind of models can be named as a derived model. Getting idea, guys? Okay. Guys, after getting a job, or those of you are already working in some company, you guys have the high chances of working with agile model or VNP model, or if in case you guys will be working on some service-based company, then you have a good chances of working with any of the model that I have taught you, right? Most probably, if you guys join the product-based company, they might work with VNP model or agile model the more, right? But if you join the service-based company, there is no fixed answer to this. You may work with any of the models, right? Getting idea? Shall we?
Yes.
Okay. So as I have said it, that I have given you the whole knowledge about SDLC, except one model, which is called as agile model. Agile model, I may discuss with you. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Maybe next Friday. Okay, not now. I'm starting your black box testing today. Watch it. So guys, I'm starting the black box testing today. What is black box testing? Black box testing is a type of testing that testers do to test the functionality of the application. When we do the black box testing, the code will not be visible to us. Am I right, guys? That's what we have discussed before. Hope you guys remember, right? So guys, when you do the black box testing, code will not be visible to us, right? You can see now I'm talking, and when I'm talking, I may ask you now that whether you are able to hear me or not. You may tell me that yes, Manish, we are able to hear you, right? And what kind of testing am I doing? White box or black box? This is called as black box testing, because here the code is not visible to us, right? I'm not testing I'm not checking how the code is written. That's not my job, because I'm a tester. Whether code is really working fine or not, that is developer's job to do, and that is called as white box testing, right? So I'm teaching you today what is black box testing. I also hope you guys remember that black box testing we always do after getting built. You guys remember that? Black box testing we always do after getting built. I want to show you something. Watch out. Can I say that just before doing can I say that this testing is the birth of my black box testing? Can I say that? Yes, no?
Yes.
Right. So I hope you guys remember that after giving the after writing the code, your developer can do the white box testing, and after doing the white box testing, developer will give the what? Build.
Box test.
No, he will give the build to you. And after getting the build, you as a tester will do the black box testing. In black box testing, what are the different types of testing we have? We have component testing, integration testing, system testing, acceptance testing. Now you may ask me that, Manish, do we have only this type of testing comes under black box? Not at all. We have so many types of black box testing that we are going to discuss it in the upcoming chapter. As of now, we will start with the component testing. So guys, before I talk about component testing, I want to show you some components present over some application. I think I have already showed you yesterday. Have I showed you the components yesterday?
Yes, drop down.
Yes, Manish.
Yes. Okay. Wonderful. If I have already showed, then we can proceed then. So guys, under black box testing, I'm starting my first type of testing today, which is called as component testing. When we start learning component testing, it's always better we start with learning this component, which is called as a text field. Whenever you are doing component testing or any kind of testing, right? For any kind of testing, the prerequisite or the precondition is you should be aware of the requirement. Only after understanding the requirement, you can jump and test your application. That is something which I have already explained you while teaching you the other models, right? So let's suppose that this is username text field. Take example. Don't worry of which application. Suppose this is username text field. If this is my username text field, it will definitely have a requirement, right? So before doing testing called as component testing, you must know that this particular username text field will accept what. Guys, I have seen some interviewers who have rejected students just by asking a single question that, hey student or hey candidate, can you tell me how you are going to test this particular username text field? And the person who have the half knowledge, right? You know how he will speak or she will speak? She or he will directly start speaking that, oh, username. Okay, I will test it by entering my email ID. I will test it by entering my mobile number. Never do that. The way you open your mouth in the first round of interview, you're giving the idea to them whether you are a real candidate or a fake candidate. Whenever you have any kind of application or any kind of component, the first question you should ask is what is the requirement of this particular username text field. Never assume that this username text field is of Facebook application. Never assume that this username text field is of Amazon application. Don't do that. Never. The first thing that you must ask your interviewer is, please tell me the requirement. So you should be clear with the requirement. So I'm telling you the requirement, guys, for the next 2 minutes, understand that or assume that I'm the product manager and I'm explaining the requirement to the testers. Listen to me carefully. Guys, I'm giving you the requirement is this particular username text field will accept only valid email ID. That solved nothing else, right? I'm saying the requirement is only valid email ID. That means today you must understand when I say only valid email ID, that means under email ID, what all things comes. You should know this because you guys are so adult now to understand that email ID means it can also be Gmail ID. It can also be Yahoo Mail ID. It can also be any corporate mail ID. It can also be Hotmail IDs, or it can also be Outlook mail ID, or it can be any mail ID. You guys agree?
Yes.
So when I say only valid email ID, it can be anything. So guys, whenever your interviewer asks you any kind of, whenever your interviewer or whenever you're working in any company, as I have already explained you, that whenever you work on any project, the product manager or business analyst will try to explain the functional specification requirement, detailed requirement. Possibilities are there that he may explain you the whole requirement, right? And whenever he's asked explaining you the whole requirement, as a tester, your job is not to just listen to it, but your job is to cross question as much as possible, right? Guys, believe me or not, the way you behave in the real interview can help someone identify whether you're a real candidate or a fake candidate, right? Guys, frankly speaking, I hope you all agree that none of the jobs in this world is so easy and none of the job in this world is so difficult, right? Let me tell you, today I'm teaching almost 7 hours a day, and sometimes you won't believe it. I have canceled my two classes today, and after your class, I have to take one more class, which is going to be for another 75 minutes. And some of the classes I'm also taking on Saturdays because yesterday I could not take few of the classes because of electricity problem in my home. So what I'm trying to tell that today in my office, I have 26 employees. How much I will be tired, the other person also will be, either they will be tired or they will be showing that they're tired, right? What I'm trying to tell that no one is happy, right? If I ask, if I talk with my security guard also, even he will behave as if he has done a lot of work, right? I mean, everyone is tired, right? If I go and talk with my call center people also, they will behave that they are very tired, right? What I'm trying to tell you guys, whenever your product manager or interviewer is explaining you the requirement, your job is to ask as many questions as possible. Because if today you are not asking at this moment of time, when bug will come from the customer, the product manager or the business analyst will ask you that, hey, why you did not ask me before? Are you guys getting my point? So your job is to ask at the time when someone is explaining you the requirement. What I'm trying to tell you, even in the real interview, when someone is giving you the requirement, if you have any type of question, you can ask them as many questions as possible. But let us not make someone believe that you're a fake candidate because of your nonsense questions. Are you guys getting my point? Right? You should think and ask is what I mean. You cannot simply keep talking, right? Guys, don't take me wrong if I use such words. I'm trying to help you so that you guys won't do this mistake in the real interview, right? Watch out. Guys, I don't know whether you guys know this or not, but let me just letting you guys know. Okay, watch out. So guys, now we have to test this username text field, and now we have the requirement with us, right? Guys, always remember, whenever you have the requirement like this username text field and you have the requirement with you, right? Guys, whenever you're doing the component testing, the first type of in-component testing, we have so many types of testing, guys. So many types of testing we have. The first type of testing we have in component testing is called as optimized testing. And your optimized testing is called as the combination of positive testing as well as negative testing. The other type of testing we have is called as over testing. The other type of testing we have is called as under testing. Guys, these are the three types of testing that you have under component testing, right? For namesake, you need to know that these are the three types of testing we have under component testing, which are called as optimized testing, over testing, and under testing. This is something that you will be doing it, and this is something that you have to avoid doing it. Okay, I will explain you what is over and under later. Let us talk about optimized. Guys, let's say in your home there is a food nutritionist. Okay, I mean the person have a knowledge about the food, like how much fiber to take, how much each what quantity of food you should have, right? Let's talk about it. And let's say you got your dinner ready, and the person is telling that you got every things that are required in your plate. So can I say that the person is having the optimized food? Getting idea? Are you guys here?
Yes. Yes.
So are you guys getting the meaning of optimized means what? Optimized
planned.
means
Planned.
optimized means neither more, neither less in an optimized
Right
manner.
quantity.
Right quantity, absolutely yes. Optimized means neither more, neither less in a very optimized manner. Balanced manner, absolutely yes. So, what is component testing? Component testing is testing the different component of my application by doing both positive testing as well as negative testing. What is positive testing and negative testing? Let's discuss it. Guys, positive testing means testing the functionality of your application as per the requirement. And what is negative testing? Testing the functionality of an application randomly, which is not written in the requirement, right? So negative testing means you are randomly testing the application without looking into the requirement. Randomly, based on your thinking. You are doing negative testing without looking into the requirement. Okay. So when you are doing this testing called as component testing for this particular component, which is actually your username text field, which has a requirement that it is just going to accept the valid email IDs. Let us discuss in how many ways you can test it. Watch out. As a tester, I'm first going to test it with valid Gmail ID. As a tester later, I'm also going to test it with valid, probably corporate mail ID. If my corporate users are going to use it too. My third scenario can also be, I will also test it with some valid, probably Yahoo mail ID. Probably. Now, just like Gmail ID, corporate mail IDs, Yahoo mail ID, I have so many IDs like this, like Hotmail ID, Outlook mail ID, and so on, right? I mean, it's not required to test in each one of them. If you have tested for these three, and let's say one more called as Hotmail. Any one of you have an account in Hotmail? Just asking.
Yeah, I have.
Okay.
Even Rediff mail also.
Redcliffe, is it?
Rediff mail, one of the oldest email.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So guys, can you guys tell me if I test this particular username text field with these many mail IDs, can you guys tell me whether these are positive scenarios or negative scenarios?
Positive.
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 These are positive scenarios because they are exactly as per the requirement. Because my requirement was telling me that test this particular username text field with valid email ID. So I have tested with valid email ID, right? Guys, once you feel that your positive testing are done, then you should move on doing the negative testing. What is negative testing? Let's discuss again. Negative testing is again one type of testing we have, using which you will be testing the given component of your application randomly without looking into the requirement, right? Here, you will try to test something, test this particular component with some input which is not written in your requirement, right? That means what I will do as a tester, I will try to test it with probably mobile number. I want to see what happens, right? Second, I will try to test it with special characters too. Then I will also try to test it with some spaces, just spaces, right? I will also try to test it with nothing, called as blank, right? Guys, have you noticed that in some component, there will be this kind of sign called as asterisk? Have you guys noticed that?
Yes.
What is this
Yes.
asterisk symbol indicates?
Mandatory.
Mandatory.
Mandatory. I hope you all agree to the fact that in every application, username will always be mandatory. You guys agree with me?
Yes.
So I will also test it with blank, right? Guys, like this, I can generate so many scenarios. So let us discuss some important one. So I can also test it with some alpha numeric value. Simply some alpha numeric value like alpha numeric, right? Alpha means A to Z and numeric means 0 to 9, right? Alpha numeric means example, Manish 1 to 3. I just want to see the response, how it comes, right? So we can test it. Guys, I have tested my given component with the positive scenarios, and I have also tested my component with some negative scenario. When you are testing a single component with the help of the positive scenarios and the negative scenario, that means you have done what kind of testing in the component testing? You have done optimized testing, right? So where it went? Yeah, here. So you have done optimized testing. Optimized testing means optimized testing is one of the type of component testing you have, which says that whenever you're testing any application, make sure you're doing both positive testing as well as negative testing. And what is positive testing? As per the requirement, negative testing is without looking into the requirement, right? Do you guys think I have done enough positive testing and enough negative testing? Do you guys want to add some more positive and more negative? Feel free to talk with me.
In negative, we can add the number of characters it can allow.
Okay. See, now, as I said, right, while explaining the requirement, let us go back and check once again. The requirement was only valid email ID. It means I don't have to worry about what sizes, what will be the size of characters this particular username text field is going to accept. Because if let's say there is a mail ID called as anusha@gmail.com, it has to accept. And let's say there is a mail ID called as manishkumartiwari@gmail.com, it has to accept. So here, no need to worry about size. Getting idea? Why? Because the
Yes.
requirement is valid email ID. I don't care now size, because you know that some people will have a smaller mail ID like SDLC@gmail.com, and some people will have a longer also like manishkumartiwari@gmail.com. But I'm worried about whether it is valid or not. If it is valid, it should be accepted. Yeah, anyone else want to discuss some? You guys think that Manish, why you have not added this negative scenario? You guys want to talk? Go ahead.
Manish, entering
Sorry.
email ID twice in negative scenario, we can consider now.
Tell me again.
Adding email ID twice, we can consider in negative scenario.
I didn't get you. Tell me.
No. For example, this username will accept only email ID, right? So we can enter the email ID twice, like different. So in negative scenario, we can consider it.
Oh, you mean in the username text field, you are entering the same email ID twice?
Correct. Same or different. It should not accept.
I mean, so you were telling when you will enter the same email ID twice, you mean it's not going to be valid?
If different, then it should not be valid because only one is should consider.
Oh, I got your point now. Like in the username text field, I'm entering Manish email ID and then I'm also writing Pankaj email ID, something like that.
Yeah, correct.
It's fine. I don't think it's required to add.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyone else want to add some? Have you guys really understood now what is positive testing and what is negative testing? Tell me frankly.
Yes, Manish.
Okay.
Yes.
Would case sensitivity come into picture?
Tell me again.
Case sensitivity, would that come into picture?
Not really here, but as a tester, we can definitely test it because today we know that in most of the application, we can pass our email ID either in the capital letters or smaller letters. It will definitely accept it. I mean,
Right.
today we know that even in Gmail application, even though we type our email ID in capital letters or smaller letters, it accepts. So I won't suggest you to do that, but you can add it, no issues. You can add it, right? So in the positive scenario only we can add it that valid Gmail ID in the uppercase and valid email ID in the lowercase also. So guys, those of you don't know.
Manish, yeah. Manish, can I ask you one question?
Yeah, 1 minute. Guys, those of you don't know, uppercase means all of you know this uppercase, lowercase means?
Yeah, capital letter, small letter.
I mean, I was not knowing this when, frankly speaking, when, I mean, like, I got to know this when I was doing my graduation. So I know that today most of you are graduate, so it's good, right? But yeah, uppercase means all capital letters, lowercase means all lower letters. Yeah, Sangeeta, ask me now.
Yeah, like the question which Pankaj asked, like if you enter two email IDs in the username field, how it will handle, Manish?
I mean, you're asking me as if I am the product manager. Is it so?
No, I'm a tester. I have to test it, right? Like it should not accept it.
Correct. I mean, you're asking as a tester from the product manager. So I have to explain you as a product manager. Is it so?
Like in the positive scenarios and negative scenarios, I have to add this one as well, right? As a
See,
tester.
I understood your question. See, if I'm the product manager and if you are a tester and if you are asking this question, then I will tell you that, hey, just because it is written that, or just because I said that username text field is only going to accept valid email ID, it means just one email ID. This is how, as a product manager, I will be explaining to you. And definitely, if I'm passing two email ID, it doesn't make sense because it is like manish@gmail.com, sangeeta@gmail.com. So at the time, I cannot register two customer or two customer will not be able to register together. So I will say that in such case, I should get a pop-up saying that this email ID is not recognized because you have given two email IDs, right? It is not able to recognize that whose email ID is this. Okay. So guys, so that's about your optimized testing, and I'll talk about over and under tomorrow. If you have any question, want to talk with me something, go ahead. Ask me. No one? You guys are feeling bored?
No.
No, Manish, interesting. Thank you.
Shall we
But
meet
getting
tomorrow?
harder.
It's not hard. It's easy.
Oh, Okay, okay.